Hello all, okay. We're actually recording, okay, that's good. How do I see? Can I see? Okay, I can see when I post like that, but I kind of wish, like, isn't there a way to display that always display the recording time or whatever? Because yeah, we're gonna go into Final Fantasy 16. It's the first time I'm recording actually because I want to show you some things. So I'm a complete Scabload, of course. I am a complete Scrub Lord. You can see I'm using the Ring of Time Evasion and Timely Strike. Sometimes I actually remove the evasion and stuff that just do some things, and I'm using Timely Strikes just because, you know, it's easier to do the combos. And it's not like the combat is actually hard, and it's actually better. If you're going for certain trophies, it is way harder to get certain trophies with the rings on than it is without. And you're not going to be doing optimized combos with the rings. So but the game gets easier. Sure, but there are certain things evasion still won't evade, and you need to manually evade. To evade certain things. The people that think that, oh, you can use dodge all magical attacks and everything. No, you cannot. You're going to get hit by a lot of stuff if you don't dodge properly. And other stuff like that. So I currently have the Ragnarok. We have Regal Sash, we have Rune Crescent, +2. We're using those, and we're using that for the increased XP. And of course, I have respec several times here. So now currently Shiva is maxed out, Ifrit is maxed out. Although for some reason I think that is a bit weird, right? That they don't give you Hellfire as an actual ultimate and stuff like that. So yeah. And I'm working on, of course, mastering out these. I'm going to be mastering out these as well here, so I can get Flames of Rebirth and stuff like that. Otherwise, we'll probably go with Judgment Bolt normally. Like, sure, Bahamut is really good as well with the Giga Flare and stuff like that, but it's just that Diamond Dust is completely broken because it kind of freezes enemies and stuff like that. And it also seems like certain of these things actually slow down the stagger meter or whatever. So you can see here, you have Icebrand here, Ragnarok, Excalibur, Sword, Core Sword, Runeblade +2, Diamond Sword, Enhanced Platinum Sword, Gabblade, Bastard Sword +2, Long Sword +2, Broadsword +2, Invictus, Imperial Infantry Blade. I thought at least mentioned this being made of iron here. Apparently not. I'm pretty certain that there is a sword where they mentioned that there's like iron in it or whatever, right? Because I connected the Imperial Infantry sword with a certain thing, but yeah. So welcome to the Invincible. This is pretty much the bridge of the Invincible, like the front of this, or that where he sits used to be where the console was, where you select your destination in Final Fantasy 9. Because basically when you talk to the two kids, that's normally in here. They aren't here now currently, stuff that because when I am at the game. But this hideaway basically, okay, they aren't at the thing either. They aren't here either at our thing. Right. They can be in like several different locations and stuff that. But you speak to them and then you can find out, oh, that this is blah 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 airship or whatever, you know, stuff that's yeah. I will probably use the code for 1 hour, you know, and stuff that's yeah. So that is, I'm guessing, is supposed to be the front of the ship because the bridge is there, or maybe the other place is supposed to be the front. Because it is a bit weird. Here you can see one of the turbines, of course. The turbines are, of course, covered up in Final Fantasy 9, and you don't really get the scale of the ship, even in cinematics. But that's probably the front, that's probably the back, and the thing you can see up there, which is really, really hard to see from this distance, so let's go a bit further back here. The thing you can see up here is that's the fin thing. The fin that is very, very obviously part of the Invincible in Final Fantasy 9 as well. And you can see that this is made of Fallen technology. Stuff that, and the Fallen, of course, uses lasers and other stuff. They are like very, very sci-fi-esque, if that makes sense. So in here I need to do even weirder science. And we have some quest here. There's something at the shop there. Okay. Let's go over there because I'm always doing the side quests now immediately want to get access to them and stuff like that, which is good. Which is good. And of course, yes, I've said it like over the game is easy, like you don't need to use the ring to dodge and stuff like that, and sometimes it's actually better to have like the thing equipped here. Like both collect medallion purse, one is really good at is healing potency. High cleric is of course high potions and stuff like that, and then you have these here. Increases strength potion, stone skin potion. You have the talisman of primal, of course, lion heart, the tonic duration. And keep in mind that certain accessories stack if they're not the same. So for example, ring of the etymology stacks with ring of the marksman, for example, and stuff like that. So there are some interesting things, of course. There's the Flame of Rebirth limit thing. They're always purple, the ones that are like has to do with thing. Area Blast, I reduce the cooldown of that. Then you have the one here with Judgment Bolt. And then of course you also have the Earth and Fury here. There's probably going to be one for the Giga Flare as well here. Golden Testament, of course, increases key by 35%. Wages of Warcraft, I have 2 of those, but they don't stack. But apparently the second version of these stacks with the 20% version. So that's very important. I could instead, of course, use the Ring of Timely Focus because that just slows it down and stuff like that. And of course, Timely Healing can be good, but I don't know if that considers the potion healing for more and stuff like that. Because I definitely feel like sometimes you waste your potions by using it, and it's just better to just use manually. I'm curious though to see what the merchant has here. Because whenever the thing shows up, that means that, okay, there's something new that they didn't have before. So that, ooh, Breath of Rice Rhyme. Nice.
Thanks very much.
Because you should always be on the lookout for that icon, because that icon means that there has to be something. There's the Horsey outcome, which is also in Final Fantasy 9, by the way, which is important. Okay.
Just because the heavens have gone to...
Self-determination. So it's for Doris in Mother's Rest. Are you Doris?
It's been a pleasure.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You.
Of course.
Sometimes I used to read
Had to be me.
and doesn't listen to all of it. Sometimes there are even certain later cutscenes that I've actually skipped and stuff that just because there are videos that you can just see if you care about it. And sure, there are a lot of like good side quests. I won't say that all the side quests are bad and stuff like that, but I also think that certain people get overwhelmed when they go on to the world map and they say, oh, there's so many locations, I'm just going to do all the side quests about whiny Canadian noob. But then it's like you have to realize that all of these is the same area pretty much. All of these you can use travel between these. And you can say, okay, this is a plus icon, this is one that you're already tracking, you need to remember that. Okay, there's one there, trading places times 2. There's one there, and there's one here. So you can see, for example, like you can be like, okay, like these are the locations I need to do. And doing the things early, like the fact that we already have Ragnarok, for example, it's a bit annoying because the Masamune is supposed to be in something called a dark something, and it's located in here, but you cannot go in here yet. I'm guessing that there is a side quest that will let you go in there. That's just what I'm guessing. Where's the bomb marshes? Is that there? Self-determination, okay. So we can go now down to Old Hill Docks. We can do it. Let's see what Martha has to say.
Ah, Clive. I was just about to say, I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in his seeds for a plant. I'll keep providing them, but if Eastpool's going to survive, as of those poor bears, they've lived their whole lives more.
I like how it's basically like a lot of the side quests leads into like literally building up stuff again, or helping and stuff that when the world has gone to kind of crap. Hog greens, okay, so that helps, and with chocobles, and chocobles helps,
Mouth better that than something that and chocobos love them too. They ain't exactly succulent.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, apparently humans can also eat gishal greens and stuff like that. I mean, they don't heal for a lot, right? You can use them on yourself, can't you, in Final Fantasy 7, right? but they don't heal you for a lot. I don't think even the best green in Final Fantasy VII heals you for a lot, basically, so... it's up to each pool. Up to each pool go. Yeah, there was some lightning here today. I'm thinking some Celsius. Celsius are actually supposed to be 200 milligrams of coffee, and that's supposed to be 2 cups of coffee. I'm guessing strong coffee, basically. Or basically. Like weak coffee, because the stronger the roast, the less caffeine in the coffee. So you need a light roast to get all the caffeine you need.
What brings you to East? A delivery from...
So again, why chocobos adore? While chocobos adore child beings, their human masters find them significantly less suitsome, to them only in times of hardship. I mean, it's really interesting to read like item descriptions in this game, like they've understood that people like the lore, people like to read stuff, you know, because that's what a lot of Final Fantasy players used to do, you know.
It's about time we...
And I don't know if you can, after certain of the side quests, if you can actually see things in certain of the villagers and stuff that, you know.
Gather the men in the square. Yes.
Okay, so it's gonna be the undead, basically the robots, the dead.
We don't have the...
Okay, man.
What if you could call... You mean the bearers? So wait, though they may not be trained...
You're right. I will.
Okay, do we get the fight? Haha, blah blah villagers, help us.
We guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat
Yeah, survey is really
at our
poggers.
side.
It's a bit annoying though that we don't get to control like other characters. And supposedly they say that, oh, there's not going to be any DLC for Final Fantasy XVI, which is weird. I'm guessing they want to finish up Final Fantasy VII Remake, like Rebirth, so that Rebirth can be released early in 2024 and stuff like that. I mean, I would have loved it if it would have been late 2023 instead, you know, and stuff that, you know. But yeah, so more RPG is probably going to be right in November, is it? Yeah, early in November. So I'm definitely going to be getting that. I might get Robocop in August, and early September I might get the Jet Set Radio sequel. I'm just skipping this. Yeah, I know you might say, oh, that's really annoying to just skip a bunch of stuff, but it's just that. Okay. And it's not that I don't think the story is bad or whatever, you know, and stuff like that. The thing also is one build that you can do, for example, that is really powerful, is that you can build a lot of like hits with certain attacks. Like both Satellite is really insanely good for that, and the Willow Wikes or whatever they call it. And also when it comes to like juggling and stuff, that if you have the step move, you can actually jump straight up into the air, and you can climb up further. And when you're doing a certain like down thrust attack or a certain other elemental attack that kind of works like a down thrust, those things deal more damage from like the higher up on enemies and stuff like that. So yeah, there's actually a lot to the combo system in this if you don't use this ring, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah. I wonder though if they allow the users of this ring on the Final Fantasy mode and stuff like that. It is really interesting that here they kind of break the lore, not with the raptors, but you have faced off against chocobos affected by this, and they say that apparently chocobos aren't affected as much by catching things. I'm saving the limit break, by the way, in case we encounter something with an actual stagger gauge. Probably going to be quite a lot of XP this, maybe. And keep in mind, yes, I've already fought the giant dragon thing, which isn't that hard. You know, sure, the attacks hit hard if they actually hit you and stuff, that's, yeah. Okay. Because if you want to rush through side quests, you can. So, Rekindling the flame times 3. Rehanion's ride, which is not in this area at all, right? Wait, but it is here. Oh. I mean, that's not that far. That's not that far at all. Okay, 15 minutes. Of course, the maximum where you can record, right, is like 1 hour, I think. It's the maximum where you can record when you record things this way. But it's of course nice. But I kind of wish that you could see the timer all the time and stuff like that. But I believe the timer shows up right when it's like 5 minutes left, I think. Or something like that, maybe when it's 10 minutes left. So yeah. Level 50, by the way, is the maximum on the first run through the game, which is important. And the thing is, supposedly you can grind a bunch of OP on this difficulty mode. There are definitely certain skills I think that you definitely want to have before you go into the next difficulty, for example. And stuff that you probably want to have most things at least upgraded or mastered, a lot of stuff. Okay. Banditskolven. And that's basically like a higher level of curl, if I remember correctly. We end up military and over this. Limit breaking pokes. I didn't do it within the correct time there. Sometimes if you keep mashing too much, you know, sometimes you can be like, yeah. Yeah, I don't have a rebirth flame equipped, by the way. I did it earlier again there. But yeah, the freezing stuff is really powerful, by the way. Yeah. Okay. But they need to have enough health left if I'm gonna hit really, really hard. Okay. Nice. That was not worth that much. I mean, what's easy is that was definitely like a not boss grade.
Back to East Pool.
Yeah. Yeah. Torgal is Forkborg. And Torgal also looks very similar to Fenrir, how he does in Final Fantasy 9 actually. At least to the when he goes and he limit breaks. I don't know if his limit break is like different from like. Okay, what now? Speak with math. And of course, all the plus quests, by the way, gives you stuff. It's important and stuff that's yeah. And by the way, once you get Ragnarok, I believe there's only like the Ragnarok is of course just a little bit stronger than what the Masamune is actually. Masamune, I think it's 305. I definitely think that there are certain things that they should just have made stronger. Like Masamune should have been stronger than Ragnarok, in my opinion. It's because of the fact that you receive it later. Because if you do all the side quests immediately when you can, then you're just gonna have certain pieces of gear that are way better used than other things and stuff that you might do, but not everyone is gonna do all the side quests.
So, he's putting a whole...
Yeah, but if you care about the series, you're probably gonna do that, so yeah. Okay. This might be a huge daily reward though, hopefully. Yeah, 5,500, that's decent. A multi-stress signboard, okay. So self-determination, and that's plus even weirder signs. Okay, so the door kill locked. keep in mind, of course, certain quests are also required to unlock certain bounties and stuff there, like certain bounties automatically actually get unlocked via doing stuff. And as you can see, the way I've saved here is like level 20, level 30, level 40, and then eventually this is going to be level 50 file. And then of course I'm going to make one above as well, and stuff that one once I reach 50. So, so we need to do those two there. And even with designs, I think that is going to max out my item like storage and stuff there, because the items are upgraded to max now, I believe. So then potions restore 28% of maximum health, 56%. It's 20 by default, but then it increases by 4 2 times from each, and this is now 56% of maximum HP, which is a bigger bonus because I think that used to be only 40%, I think. So yeah, so it's a bigger increase than the potion. And Stone Skin of course lasts for 108 seconds, but it's not stronger. Same thing with Strength Tonic, it's still only 10%, but it's 32 seconds. And Limp Break Gauge for 36 seconds for the tonic. And stuff that's yeah. I definitely kind of wish that they would add DLC used in order to add stronger things that you could get. Maybe once you beat Final Fantasy mode, there could just be a third playthrough that you could do, and it would be playing through that mode again, but then maybe being able to unlock certain like very powerful accessories. So that, because I wish that there would be an accessory that would just combine all of those item accessories. And with that I mean like, okay, like the ones that buff the duration of the different potions would buff the duration of all the potions pretty much and stuff that by their maximum amounts it would work the way the strongest version of each of those things that increases the strength potion, the stone skin potion and Lionheart. Basically it would receive the maximum effect of all of those. And I know, and if you don't care about the combat then you might say, oh, but the combat gets very easy, yes, but regular mobs are never hard, that's the thing, right? That a lot of the mobs are very easily dodgeable and stuff like that. And of course if you have trouble dodging, there are other ways you can help it, you know, and stuff like that, like the Garuda can equip the thing where you like jump backwards and stuff like that, and if you equip the thing that lowers its cooldown, then you can do it more often, which is powerful. And stuff like that, so yeah. And by the way, I've also said that the world map basically, if you need to zoom out here, but basically. Okay, you cannot zoom it out more. But I said how the west and the east thing looked like certain thing on the Final Fantasy 9 map and stuff like that. It might just be that this is supposed to be that if you don't count the blighted areas and if you just count the white stuff here, that it might be used that this is supposed to be the Mist continent and stuff like that, and then the islands over here are supposed to be ones from the Forgotten continent and stuff like that, and also the islands that used to be grass and stuff like that, so yeah. That could of course make sense, you know, and stuff like that. But then that wouldn't explain the desert area, but it might be a combination of different parts of the map, because I definitely think that the Final Fantasy 9 connection is definitely there, not only with the Invincible ship, there are several swords, basically almost all the swords from Steiner is in the game, almost all of the different swords that he gets. Although there are also other swords that I remember being in Final Fantasy 9 that I cannot find on the list, like I remember like the ancient sword being in it or whatever, you know, for some weird reason. Okay, he's okay, where is he? There's the caster. There's another one, please. it's a bit annoying with the targeting that sometimes actually using the other button is actually better. Okay. Usually the guards are actually worth quite a bit. Yeah. See, there was not a lot of them and they are very easy and they just give you very good XP, so if you want XP, it seems like okay.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I surrender.
Sid.
You know, casting your lot
Better fighting for a cause. I'm sorry, Sid. This woman, my former master, she raised me like a daughter.
It wasn't all terrible. You were always so eager, but you. How about it, my little dagger?
I never. To liberate the farewell.
You always were. Perhaps that's the...
Okay, she doesn't want person.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted, and she no longer has friends in high places.
Right.
I am.
Is that quest complete? Or do I need to go back somewhere?
Then I should head back to the hideaway and put calls.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes it takes a long time. Yeah, okay, so it's up to channels there. That's actually good that there are quests that does that. Quest complete. Okay-ish. XP. Okay, so draw things here now. That we need to go check. Okay, so over 2,000 now in points. I could of course master both of those, but I can soon get the next level of the Phoenix thing there. And the Phoenix is not of course the greatest, but the Phoenix is pretty good for building the stagger meter, although the area blast is really good with that, you know, so yeah. So there's definitely like a lot of different builds you can do dot builds, you can do like super like stagger enemies really easy build, you know, and stuff that's yeah. And of course if you do all the side quests you're guaranteed to kind of get all the wall of memories, I believe, so yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm curious what the next goal is because basically now I'm at the final like upgrade for the renown. Yeah, they call it renown in this Dragonflight intensifies. No, but anyway, with the renown, yeah, it was called renown in Shadowlands also, right? I think. Yeah. But when you go, we can go here, for example, first to Nectar here, and you can understand the mog. And you can see here, I've done all of them so far. This one is level 50, by the way, and Atlas is level 45. So yeah. And this one, I believe, Carrot is actually a female. Marlboro kind of looks like that because he looks more beautiful comparison to other Marlboros.
Expecting you back, Sos.
Yeah, okay, so the next one is at 1965, and then 2365, and then the final one is there, which is with the fallen Enigma, which you can sell, by the way. I think gaining gloves is, of course, that's I think it's a 5% damage bonus or a 10%, like to basically do all damage. Which, by the way, is insane because you might but that's used very little damage difference, sure. But the thing is that damage difference affects even to like the really strong attacks and stuff and it's just like yeah. Okay, there's a plus there and there's a plus here. North Reach has a quest over there. Okay. Might as well pick up that quest and North Reach and stuff. No, I don't know how big the file size will get once we're done with the recording, by the way, because I will have to check, and see like, okay, is the file size very good and stuff And here's the thing, right? There's no trophies you get for not using the rings and stuff so there's actually no point not in using the ring. Of course, if you want to optimize damage and you want to have an easier time getting the 50,000 damage, then you can use without the ring, because the main problem is that the ring will often use up the limit breaks earlier, and even if you use the limit break, even if you use like I've used full like judgment bolt on an enemy, and that's still not enough to break the 50,000 damage, and they say that it will easily deal over 50,000 damage or whatever, when like when they're staggered and stuff yeah.
Oh, my wards and...
What's happened?
The High Cardinal.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Count, not that any of those things...
And what does he want with...
He wants to trap a foundation. He's already...
He would rob the pop...
Believe me.
What does Captain Philippe when the town was under attack?
How? A man who's... The captain cannot...
And keep in mind that you're supposed to use the English voices in this because the models aren't synced for the Japanese voices, which seems really weird, right? Which seems really like why would they make the quality be worse in Japan? Maybe the game doesn't sell as well in Japan anymore. Maybe they sell more in the West now and stuff But yeah. Okay.
Before at the remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Oh yeah, remembrance. That was a thing that happened a pretty long time ago. I really hope that they will make something that would have been so cool. Like this is something I like when I appreciate what certain games do. Like I really hope like a new game plus mode, right? That they will make. Yeah, I know that they're gonna make a lot of these, like the purple ones, the blue ones. They're gonna be upgradable, and the normal green ones I believe can go up to 9+. But I really hope that something like Imperial Infantry Blade actually ends up being powerful. But maybe like if you can just upgrade all the weapons right away, right? And you have enough materials, right? Because all the materials carry over, right?
Halt. Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Wait. Minute.
As long as
It's weird that there's no shop there. Why don't they show up the shop icon? There used to be a shop in more before. There's a shop over there. But that one doesn't have the icon. The Northridge shop does not have the icon. I'm gonna check it out though and just see. Because the thing is, normally the music scrolls that you want to get first. Yes, where they write that there is a desert in this and that you haven't encountered cactuars yet. It's a bit weird. There has been no Tom Barris either.
do you see anything you like?
Okay. Oh, that one is grey and it's still 50,000. Yeah, I don't want to get stuff if they're too expensive and stuff and I know, yes, you can sell a lot of materials and stuff but yeah. And I'm not a sellable.
Come back again.
Okay.
I I've been hearing a lot of talk.
Nothing good, are we? Going around acting and with hardly a word to the day.
I take it you'd rather...
Och där är one of those medieval things that you can wear. That a certain person wore on a certain medieval day. The medieval day.
Right there.
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of it.
Not much. It's thanks to Noble's. Now he's trying to off the Dane.
Okay. And it's also pretty interesting how certain side quests are also a continuation of other side quests. You can kind of like tie the side quests together. I don't know if someone is going to make a compilation of like everything that happens in every single side quest and how it like leads into other side quests.
Build a lot. He thinks it will do whatever it takes.
The people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Okay, let's go over to the even weirder science. And he whistles. And by the way, one of the whistles he does earlier in the game, in the prologue I believe it is even, it's actually the whistle that Tidus does. Or Tidus.
Right.
You know, stuff like that. Gaming Urinalist mode. Stuff like that, and it's just like, yeah, but it's like a lot of people use this, like, okay, like, sure, you can use dodge normal attacks, but getting hit by certain normal enemies that are weak aren't gonna hurt you much anyway. And the thing is, yes, you can have a lot of healing items, and if you get, so you always have defensive potions with you, you know, and stuff that, then things aren't gonna be that hard. And here's the thing, right, you cannot really rely on the dodging thing when you're doing the icon battles. Those are still... Okay. Wrong way. Now one thing you can do, by the way, when you're holding out this, you can see the rain in here. You basically do like a turn. You kind of do like a drift. You hold in the button and then you go in one of the directions. And then you basically get a small like speed boost and stuff that.
Time to fight.
So let's do it here. Basically to turn here. That didn't really work there. I need more room. But if done correctly, you basically receive like a speed buff when done correctly. It is very nice.
I'll need to deal with these ones first.
For the nodes first because they are the ones that buff. And Rogar, by the way, also gets affected by this ring, by the way. Okay, spherical echo.
This is it. Right then. Just two more to find.
Wait, don't tell me I missed in the one area. I'm pretty certain we did the one in this area, right? Or no, I went to the docks and then I did one of the things I didn't do this. Or maybe I did do it, but, you know, I did kill the thing, but then I forgot to loot the thing. I don't know, man. Let's go back to North Reach. And it's a bit odd that there is no like playtime actually in the game that you can see anywhere. Because all of that is just what the time is in real life and stuff that. Okay, so 2170. Wings of Light, Titanic Block, Blind Justice, Dead Embrace. And these are ones that matter really a lot, the ones that you equip here, the trees that you equip here, because once you have stuff mastered, you can combine them how you want. And then you have to think about, like, for example, this here. That one is really good for dodging stuff, like side effect, close gunning and the direction. Phoenix Youth, of course, and then Deadly Embrace. And Deadly Embrace is, of course, good if you're facing any, like, bigger targets, pretty much. And I hope that open world-wise, like, yeah, these areas are pretty large, that I definitely hope they do something similar with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've said this, that I definitely hope that there were more than 3 parts to it. It's because the original was in 3 parts. And the thing is, like, I definitely hope that they also make it so that, for example, that the Mithril Mine, that they super extend it. What I mean by that is they should make it an end-game zone where you could grind up to max level. But I also hope that they eventually do something so that you could continue on with your file somehow from Final Fantasy VII, but then allow the max level to go up higher. Instead of that, like, make max level like like I forgot what it went up to in Final Fantasy VII Remake and stuff that, but make it go up to like 100 at least, or maybe like 200 or something like that, or a certain thing, like if you could do that. But even if you couldn't have the thing, so it is always, so there's only like level 99 or level 100 in each part, you know, it would still, be interesting. But yeah.
You are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I hear the Duke. Do you think that's a good
It's not all on. Look, want some?
I'm definitely hoping that in Final Fantasy, in the whole remake or in Rebirth, basically, which is part 2, I definitely hope that they also make it so that there is going to be like costumes or something like that. Like that it's just not you need a PC and then you need to mod in costumes. But I think it's like it would make sense like in Costa del Sol. Oh hey, it's really really hot there. Oh, you can buy like a more like swimsuit-esque attire. Oh, but you cannot reveal too much of the characters because certain people on the woke stupid-ass forum complained. Did you know, for example, that Final Fantasy X-2 was the first woke Final Fantasy game? Even though X-2 is really old, before you even think about woke didn't exist then. But maybe communists are trying to take over Japan or something like that. Because it feels really odd, right? It feels really odd. That in Final Fantasy X-2, did you know that it was supposed to be the story of Braska, Yek, and Auron? And so that it was supposed to be a prologue to Final Fantasy X, but then they decided instead that, this is not progressive enough, so then they made it about the grills and stuff that. And so I still enjoyed it. It's all, wow. So it's just what I missed. I don't know in how many towns I missed like Treasure Chest because I have explored a lot and stuff there because I was, but okay, quest complete. Okay, so that's a pretty good, decent payout. Okay, so that's all clear in that area. Open world map. That's completely cleared in that area now. Wait. Alright, because that is connected to that. Okay. I think they always put you right in what is supposed to be the closest obelisk. Always. Because I think they also count in like, okay, what's the earliest place you can like call for the chocobo and stuff like that. Like if you went into all hill. I don't think you can put the chocobo until you're like out here somewhere and stuff that. So you know, and then you can also do this here. I don't know if we will be able to show it here. Maybe. That wasn't so great though.
Damn it. The whole village is turned. No need to ride from here.
Arcadic is also very, very interesting as well, you know, stuff that, yeah. And of course, there is a place where you grind like AP in New Game Plus. And I don't know if that place is good for AP on regular New Game and stuff, because I am gonna try that grind location eventually once I'm able to access it. Now I don't know how far away I am from getting Odin, by the way, because Odin is basically the thing you want to be using all the time to make the hardest difficulty easier. Because you can Santazuken, and Santazuken, if you trigger the highest level of Santazuken, then you insta-kill weak enemies. Or you insta-kill most enemies, I think, but on bosses you deal like a ton of damage and stuff like that, yeah. And it seems like all of Odin's stuff are really good, because Odin also has a parry, I think. Some sort of special parry or something like that, I think. Yeah. Because Titan is also very good because of the block. The block thing can basically make you take no damage from even like very, very powerful attacks and stuff like that, so you know. And they didn't even get a chance to explode. Okay, so I mean, get satellite, upgrade satellite. Just the lightning rod. Rook's Gambit is also really good. Get that, upgrade that. Get that. The embrace, we won't get all of those, but basically, by the way, yeah. Because here's the thing, like satellite, the Rook's Gambit, Heat Wave, this one here, Willow Wax, both of them are very, very good at getting a lot of hit. Ignition of Ostenkos also very, very good for that as well. But yeah, but satellite is really good, by the way. And there are also a certain thing, I think it's actually the satellite that does that satellite gives you access to more powerful spells, I think, or something along those lines. I think those are the ones with the energy sword, which I'm guessing is supposed to be plasma or something like that, but yeah. And you know, there are other references to Final Fantasy 9 used in the Invincible Airship, you know. A lot of the weapons are similar, the world map has similarities as well. In fact, there are a lot of crashed airships, and the airships all kind of seem to be like really advanced, like fallen technology, and that would make sense if after Final Fantasy 9 takes place, if Sid got to investigate the Invincible Airship, but you might say, oh, but those materials don't exist in the world, and that is true. But it seems to be almost confirmed that that Gaia absorbed Terra because Terra got destroyed, so it absorbed what was left of Terra. That would mean that the stuff from Terra leaked into Gaia and stuff and that could explain the roots that pop up all over Gaia, because there are like locations that you cannot go to anymore in Final Fantasy IX and stuff that. I've never been able to finish the Mog Central fully, and I don't know what leather it is that I keep on missing, because one thing I wanted to make sure was when I was in the mine area that you can only go into one once. I made sure that I did everything in that area and stuff that. But yeah. I am thinking of. So it's a stronger guardian that you need to kill here. Okay, maybe we can break it and then do the limit breaking thing here. Yeah, because I think the Shiva is available here. Jag ser där ett frozen there for a while now, the stagger bar there. It was only 32,000 damage. I've actually gotten up to 49,000 damage sometimes, but then, you know, like if I was limit breaking there, if I saved my limit break for a little bit, I might have been able to do it basically. I used it too early, but I didn't know if it was gonna sync with the thing or not. I kind of wish that it would be a timer on cooldowns basically, so that you could see like, okay, like you could activate something that will say that, oh, now this is almost available, you know, stuff like that. Also, if it doesn't have enough health left, then it's not gonna work. And you can end it early there, as you can see. Why was that no XP?
2 down, 1 to go.
Okay. How? Okay. I was weird that it gave no XP there. Maybe we went outside the area. That could be the case. Yeah, Berserker Ring, by the way, is really good if you can dodge a lot. Temporary increase attack prophecy with each precision dodge. The main problem though is that this buff doesn't last a long time. That's the main problem, right? Yes, sure, it's a big buff every time you dodge. And sure, if you multi-dodge, then it could be long, but if it would be a permanent buff, that would be for that specific battle. And then there's a battle where you can dodge a lot, then that would be extremely powerful. So yeah. Okay, so now okay, so that's the closest. Yes. Yes. I haven't done any of these yet. I don't know if they're unlocked yet or whatever, or if you do one as part of the story or whatever. And I believe in all of those, right? You encounter the summon, right? You encounter the icons, right? You encounter like a bonus fight with the icon, I think, or something like that. But I don't know if with the chronoliths, like this is the Hand of Dion, for example, like if it's just like, oh, you need all the summons first before you get access to them and stuff that, you know. And the question is like, what do they drop? Do they drop a lot of XP? Do they drop a lot of AP, you know, and stuff like that? Like, what is the thing that they drop, you know? That's gonna be interesting. Okay, that was interesting, but that done immediately there. I guess it depends on your location a lot, also what he decides to do. You see now it shows up the time there. When we have 5 minutes left. I'm pretty certain though that you can't see the timer right in the recording and stuff, but yeah. Oh, bomb errand, that is new. Limit break time! Get the damage. Okay.
That's all of them.
Okay, now there's a quest here. So there's one trading places too. There's 2 quests with this one duty undying. And then there's a 3rd one with the lines in the sand. And that would be all the quests at that point. But we're gonna get the trophy here. Hopefully this doesn't mess up the trophy, right? And stuff like that, like the trophy recording or whatever, right? But then keep in mind that it is worth resetting quite often with the skills and stuff like that, because I would definitely say that probably if you want to really maximize strategy, especially on the higher difficulty, you probably want to use certain things at certain points, and stuff like that. And this is of course going to give us the final upgrade, I think, to how many items you can carry. So I'm pretty certain that potions, right, they increased from like 4 to 6, I think, in the maximum. 4 to 6, and this one allowed 1 more high potion up to 4. So I'm guessing this will go up to 8, and this will go up to 5. I'm guessing. Or maybe it will be a bigger boost and stuff like that. I would almost hope that it will go to 10, 10, or something like that.
Sir. Good, thankful. I'll fit into the smell.
Noise? Noise? Oh yeah, you could craft weapons in the old world. Quest complete. And I'm pretty certain this is gonna be... Ooh, that's noise. And I'm guessing this is gonna be... Yeah, inventory maximized. That's gonna be the trophy also, I think. Potions now go to 8, high potion go to 5, strength tonics up to 4. Okay. With 2 Ds. And noise. Very noise. Okay, so that basically means now we have the maximum amount of potions available and the strongest effect on them as well. And I think we're gonna about stop here now. Right, there's nothing available at those 2 yet here. We're just gonna go to Bockland here, or Bocklad. I am gonna also probably maybe start uploading this clip immediately when we play, and then maybe continue on playing. And yeah, and how do I stop? Yeah, stop the recording. So anyway, I'll probably be uploading this. I'm gonna see how much file room I have left. Otherwise, I might do a second recording as well.